Hello, I'm Carrie Schultz, president of Reading Musical Foundation. Every October, we hold Berks Shines, a fundraiser for RMF, as well as a showcase of outstanding young musicians who have come through our scholarship and outreach programs. Since we can't be together in person this year, we'd like to welcome you to our first virtual mini concert featuring Meghan Cramer, a percussionist from Wilson High School. We'll be hosting concerts every Tuesday and Sunday for the next 3 weeks at 7 o'clock and look forward to bringing you talented musicians like Meghan from all across Berks County. Before we get started, I'd like to thank East Penn Manufacturing, who has generously sponsored Berks Shines for 2020. Also, we'd like to thank Connors Investor Services in Wyomissing for sponsoring tonight's concerts. Both East Penn and Connors share an RMF's mission that when we invest musically in the lives of students, it allows them to find success in all areas of their life and make our community stronger. At this point, we're going to have Meghan join us, as well as her percussion teacher and dear friend to RMF, Dr. Willis Rapp, who will be moderating tonight's concerts. You'll see him both on screen and in the comments tonight. So welcome. All three of us are here.
Good evening and welcome.
All right. So at this point, I'm going to pull myself out and the two of you are going to make magic for our viewers. So best of luck, Meghan. I can't wait to watch you.
Well, thanks so much. Again, my name is Dr. Will Rapp, and I'm going to serve as moderator for this first Berks Shine Mini-Concert featuring Meghan Cramer for the Reading Musical Foundation. While it's been my pleasure to serve as host for this event over the past 3 years, this year's platform will still allow us to introduce Berks County to extraordinary musicians through virtual live performances. Meghan E. Cramer is a 9th grader at Wilson High School and is also one of my private students. She's going to begin with a selection entitled Yellow After the Rain, composed by Mitchell Peters. Just a little bit of a background about Mitchell Peters. He attended the Eastman School of Music and performed with the Eastman Marimba Masters, who performed on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts, as well as the Ed Sullivan Show in the 1950s. He performed as principal percussionist for the Los Angeles Philharmonic from 1969 to 1981. Then moving to principal timpanist from 1981 until his retirement in 2006. Mr. Peters is well known for his solos and method books for solo percussion, and Yellow After the Rain, composed in 1971, is one of the most widely performed works for marimba featuring the 4-mallet technique. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Meghan Cramer. Thank you very much, Megan. I am watching you through two different screens, the one in which we're producing the event and the other one that is being broadcast over Facebook Live. So I needed to mute the one studio so I could follow you on Facebook Live, keep our comments all synchronized. Very nice work, very nice work. In addition to Megan's participation in the various band programs at Wilson High School, she also sings in the school's treble choir, and her other interests include Wilson's literary magazine and the Wilson Theater Company. A little bit about Megan's first marimba. It was manufactured by the J.C. Deegan Company in Chicago, Illinois in the early 1900s. We found it locally in a garage, and we sent the bars to Andres Bautista from Century Mallet Instrument Services, who works at the site of the same old Deegan factory in Chicago. He retuned the bars and repaired those that needed repair to create a beautiful first instrument for Megan, which she fondly has named Rosie, in honor of those beautiful rosewood bars. Now, given the lower range required for Yellow After the Rain, Megan performed this evening on a 1964 Deegan Diana model marimba. Megan is definitely a fan of that rich Deegan tone quality. Now, Megan and her family are sort of changing the stage around so we can move next to the timpani. And as we look at the timpani as performing instruments over their formative years in American symphony orchestras, there are four legendary timpanists that stand out. Fred D. Hinger, who performed with the Philadelphia Orchestra, Cloyd Duff, who was the timpanist of the Cleveland Orchestra, Saul Goodman, timpanist of the New York Philharmonic, and Vic Firth, timpanist of the Boston Symphony. As a young timpanist during my college years, I had the opportunity to study privately with Fred Hinger each summer just after he had left the Philadelphia Orchestra to join the Metropolitan Opera Orchestra. I will tell you that the knowledge that I took from these lessons has inspired me all these years, and in turn allows me to inspire my students. Now, Vic Firth, who had his career in Boston, joined the orchestra in 1952 and became principal timpanist in 1956, where he remained until 2002. He formed a stick and mallet manufacturing company bearing his name, Vic Firth, in 1963, and that company grew to offering over 300 different products. I should also mention that Vic Firth was a gourmet chef, and he used his wood-turning materials and machinery at the Firth factory to manufacture some really nice salt shakers and pepper mills. Mr. Firth also composed an advanced set of 26 etudes and solos for the timpani in 1963 under the title of The Solo Timpanist. So Meghan is going to perform etude number 1 from Vic Firth's collection. And this is an etude that is written for 4 different drums with several different styles presented throughout the piece. So we return you now to Meghan Cramer performing etude number 1 from Vic Firth's Solo Timpanist. I think we finished. Once again, keeping the sound muted, but watching you over the Facebook Live feed. Well, I had a couple little comments I wanted to get popped in there, but it just didn't seem to work out. Those of you that listened to the piece, of course, noted that the music was in different sections. After the opening theme, which did come back at the end, she had a spirited little section in a 3 pattern, a short little samba groove, a 3-against-2 pattern, a 16th note pattern that had a bit of a march feel, and then a section that almost sounded like she started a slow single stroke roll and got faster and faster and faster as she returned to the main theme with a few variations. Now, as Meghan knows from having performed last year in district band and orchestra, that playing timpani in an ensemble is quite different than playing timpani as a solo instrument. As a solo instrument, you're really under the microscope, and there's a lot to be thinking about just in terms of the way the drums ring and the drums project. And we did our very best job to try to get a good sound inside of a small home studio environment. And so thank you so much for your performance there as well. I should share that Meghan has made the decision that she would like to pursue music, and specifically music education in college, perhaps with a minor in French. So that's very exciting news for this early in her high school career, having a focus for what it is she would like to do. Now, we again are with you live on Facebook, and I don't know if I am missing any comments or questions that have come in, and maybe Carrie can help us with that because she is behind the scenes helping us produce this session.
Hey, excellent job, Meghan. Oh, that was just beautiful. Thank you so much. And you know what? No questions came in. It was just all applauses and bravos and yays and clap emojis. So no questions at all. But I do want to ask, we were talking earlier, the marching band is back up and running. So what has it been like for you? I mean, there were so many months off where you didn't get to play with your friends and you didn't get to do the whole ensemble thing, you know, and now the whole gang's back together. So what's that like for you?
It's really exciting for me, just being able to be with all of my friends in the pit and be able to have that sense of family again. And it's just so great. And we had a football game last night, and just being able to walk up the hill, up from the stadium to the band room and be able to play stand tunes and just dance along. And it was just this sense of normal that we haven't gotten in so long.
I bet. So, and Dr. Rapp, I mean, this is unique here. I think this is one of the first times we've done this. There might have been one other time where one of your students was on the Berks Shines stage. So what's it like for you as a teacher, getting to sit back and watch your student perform?
Well, very exciting, very exciting. Because I had to mute her performance because of the delay from the studio, I could watch and keep pace with everything that you were doing. It looked wonderful, and there may be an opportunity to go back and
this is going to be recorded. Oh, and it's recording right now, so it'll be up live. You'll be able to go back and watch it. Yeah,
that's fabulous. That's fabulous. And I must admit, since this is my first time working as a moderator in such a format, there were lots of things on my mind as well to make sure we keep things moving through. But Carrie, you've done a wonderful job in making this, I hope, seamless for our viewers and the audience. And what a great idea to be able to have twice weekly performances occurring for our audiences to hear and enjoy. And I guess I should remind the audience at this point that our next Berks Shines event will be on Tuesday, October 6th. So that's just right around the corner, a mini concert featuring guitarist Noah Gibney. And I'm sure you've seen the Facebook post as well as the emails that list the entire series of events for the month of October. So while we normally pack it into one very exciting evening, this is going to be spread out over the month of October with 2 doses per week, and very, very exciting.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for tuning in here on Saturday night with us. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Dr. Rapp. I was saying earlier, it's going down in history. This is our first virtual concert ever for RMF, and between the 3 of us, we made it work. So thank you all, and everyone enjoy your night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Thank you so much.